So I already tried a tennis ball machine for Padel, and that came with its challenges. I want to get this off the back wall and oh. But today I got my hands on this AI tennis robot to see if things will go a little bit more smoothly. Okay, let's go. No, 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 no. Looks like we're going to have the same challenges here. And maybe even more. So with tennis, this thing shoots quite hard, so it can reach all the way to the baseline. But the paddle court is a little bit smaller, so that's the first thing that we need to tackle. Now the other thing is, this thing can ride around because it has AI, it has cameras, and it can see where you want to place the ball, and then it can chase after that to simulate a little bit of a rally. Now, when I activated that, it sees this line here, not as the baseline as it is in Padel, but as like halfway in the court as it is with tennis, with the surface line. So that's a little bit of an issue here as well, because it wants to move back all the way to the baseline of tennis, and then it just hit the wall there. So that's not good, and I don't want to damage this wall in any way, so I immediately turned that off. So we need to tackle both of these things in order to use this thing to its full AI potential for Padel. So I'm going to do a little bit of reprogramming to see if I can, well, make the balls a little slower and make like a perfect little practice training session here, but also to see if we can change it a little bit so we can move around the court and still catch those balls, because that's the main thing here. You have this giant net and it can catch the balls when you play them, because it has these cameras and can move around where you play the ball to simulate real rallies. So let's get into it. So it has these built-in training programs, right? You can select where you want to practice, left side baseline, right side baseline, that sort of thing. And then when you hit start, it just moves around a little on its own, so that's pretty cool. And then it shoots the ball to the baseline. But in this case, it reaches the glass immediately. So that's not really good for us. Now, luckily, you can also put in your own training schedule here. So you can select where you want the balls, and you can alternate between them and then make a little bit of a rally there. So that's pretty cool as well. So we can change that up a little. Let's see if that, okay, that just went over the net there. So this could be a cool volley. And you can alternate between the speeds here. Let's pause that for a second. So that at least didn't hit the back glass, but it's really hard to get it exactly right, to practice with the glass or in front of the glass, and you have to get it exactly right, these balls, in order to practice them. But you can, for every ball here, you can click on that, and then you can select the speed, the amount of spin, so you can do backspin for a really hard one off the back glass, and then ball speed and elevation angle. So I need to change these up just a little bit to be able to really get in there for some nice balls. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm now one full ball bag down, and I think I got a couple of nice training drills in the corner there as well. So let's get these back in and then start the training. I'm hoping this is it. Okay, so let's get into position and turn this thing on. So I've got a couple of different balls now with different angles and speeds towards the back glass here. So let's see. That was a difficult one. A lot of backspin, that one. So not perfect here. Oh, that was terrible there. Partner. That one's really difficult. But the other ones aren't that difficult. That one's a little bit too fast still. So I think that's the fifth one. This is the second one. And the third of the back glass. Here in the corner. And that one's a little bit too fast, so let me change that up. Okay, so let's see if we have it now. This is the first ball, which will come quite high up the glass. A lot of backspin there. That's sometimes a little bit too hard there. Okay, sometimes it's still a little bit too hard, oh, but not always. Oh. Oh, really love that back glass. And now I know what the settings are for that second ball, right? So I can duplicate it or make a couple of more in different directions. Oh no. So the balls come really quickly. So this is quite a workout. And as you can see, the machine is turning a little bit. So it's moving towards where it will shoot the ball, but just before, so you can see a little bit where it's going to shoot. Okay, that was a nice lob. Oh, so it's still going out sometimes. Perhaps I can make a couple of changes, but I think in real life sometimes the ball goes out as well, right? Oh, come on. Partner, that was for you. Nice lob. Off the side glass. I'm more surviving here than playing excellent balls. But it's quite fun. And then of course I can try to aim for the machine as well. Oh, yes, I got it. No. Oh, and it's out. Okay, so we'll do another refill here. Okay, so let's try a couple of volleys now before we get into the real work of getting this thing to really move around. I'm eager to see if we're able to do that. But we should also be able to change some settings here and get a couple of good volley balls. And so that's right here. And you can save these for later. So right now I have 2 saves. Oh. Coming really quickly at you. And then a low ball. Really aim it in the net there. Then you can play this continuously, so that's pretty nice as well. A high backhand there. That's out. Then you can continuously play, right? So you can try to aim for the net there. Oh, and I think that's still really, really nice. No. It looks like it can take a hit, so I'm not too bothered about that. And you can see it really moves around that swivel base when it's making these shots. I know. It's really difficult to get the ball this fast and then react, right? No more balls? Oh yeah, still one. You don't want to be hit in the face when there's still one. Oh man, that's intensive. I think I should have brought some more water. Okay, so let's get into seeing if I can have this thing move around and follow the balls and actually try to catch them. But it is definitely really cool. I'm already feeling a lot more possibilities here than with the tennis ball machine that I tried. So it looks pretty cool. Let me show you a little bit about what that looks like. So we've got a couple of handles here, and this top can come off, so you can easily take that with you. Then back here, you have the power supply, the power button, and then how much power you have left. So this can last for a long session. So it is a really cool machine, even though it isn't made for paddle. So on the tennis court, this can really move around, right? And and you have all these built-in drills that you can do. All of these don't work for Padel, but I've got a couple of cool drills now for the back glass, and I can tweak that a little for like that side glass. It's still a little bit hard for me with the back and the side glass. So as long as you're willing to put in the effort to really make those minute changes, but once you get them down, then you can save them. So I think that's pretty nice as well. And then this is where the balls come out. Now these wheels actually turn around so it can move backwards and forwards, because all of these can move as well. So it can move like this and can move forwards as well, because then these things will rotate. So very ingenious. I think that's a really nice solution, that, well, how they fixed this with the tennis ball machine. And then you have a couple of cameras here as well, which can detect the court, so the lines of the court, which isn't really helping us right now, but also the direction of the balls you're playing, so it should be able to follow the balls and move around. So quite a nice thing here. It's not the best yet for Padel, but let's see what we can do about that. Okay, so I do need to set it a bit to the back now, because it does need to recognize this line here. And you can see that in the app as well. So let me show you. So if you want to put it on rally position, then it does need to see the line, so it can detect the correct position, because based on that, it will like move around. So the only thing I did change is in the firmware, I changed it a little bit, so how far it moves back. So I'm hoping that I can detect like that as the baseline now for Padel, and I have the thing move around. So let's see if that works. Okay, so let's hit start. Oh no. Okay, now so that's still moving forward, so that's not it. We just need to make a couple of more tweaks here. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's push that thing. Okay, so it's moving forwards now instead of backwards. The ball's okay-ish. Okay, let's try that out. Okay-ish. Can do a little volley here. I can make some changes on like the depth and the width. Oh, it's like it's really going. Oh. Okay, so that's working quite well. It's now shooting the ball from where I hit it. So I get it from that direction. So I get the next ball from that direction. And that's all the Acemate firmware, right? The software. That's baked right in there when you play like a tennis match. But I can't really hit it inside the net, because then the ball will be out, because it's really back there. And it needs to be, because it needs to see that baseline line there. It's still really, really cool. Let me make a couple of more changes to the balls I get, so it's a little bit more of a challenge. Okay, so I made a couple of changes here to the way it shoots, not the firmware, because it's moving around pretty well. So I can like click in here where I want the thing to shoot the ball. And I think that corresponds pretty well to what we're actually doing here on the pedal court. So let's start this up and see what that is doing. And I'm a left-sided player, right? So, yeah. Whoa! Was that mine or my partner's? Okay, so far it is a good practice and not even that much more expensive than the Pousson tennis ball machine that I tried out. So I think you can get a lot of value out of something like this, especially if you're playing tennis. Now for Padel, it's not the best. I'm still looking for a good AI machine that can do Padel drills right out of the box, because it's really hard to get in some good exercises here. You can program some in, but then you know, like the order in which they come, so that's not ideal as well. Like volleys and then some lobs to the back glass, or like a serve to the side glass and then one to the middle, that sort of thing. That would be really, really cool. So as soon as I find a machine like that, I'll definitely make a video on it. So subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified. And before we stop, I just want to try one more thing to see if this thing can do some decent lobs, so I can try my Viboras. Okay, so that's not ideal. I can't get the ball to come down earlier, so this is all that I have. The difference between speed 4 and speed 3 is immense. So it doesn't even reach the net with speed 3, and speed 4 is almost at the back line. So that's definitely not ideal, but it's what we've got.